we don't hate Naruto. Like I say he's incompetent in his role. It's not because I despise Naruto. I love Naruto. It's Naruto. Come on now. He's a golden child. He's baby Jesus. Okay, but the dude,
This man, bro. Listen,
but the
baby Jesus.
dude literally needs to be a ninja for once. I mean, he's out here
It,
running around in bright ass orange colors. No, dude, be a shinobi. Do what shinobi do. Like I understand your child is gone, and man, does that have to hit hard. But bro, you're something different than just a normal dude, and you need to be held beyond normal standards. You're a shinobi, and on top of that, you're a Hokage and a leader of an or one of the leaders of a nation, right? So like, go out there and be a leader. And I think that has like Shikamaru. If to me he'd be fake, bro. If he does not address this with the feudal lord or somebody else, because it's not just his friend. It's like what he did put everyone at risk. It's incompetence in his role, and something has to be done.
Here's the
I don't
thing
know if
about
it will go
Shikamaru.
that far, though, but yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, go
No, turn up Kido Maki. They hear from us every week.
Turn
He
up.
turn up.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think it will go that far. I do think that we might see a change in Naruto's character based on what happened with Kawaki and the entire situation. That was kind of shown based on his expression towards Kawaki. So I think we might see a more cold Naruto, a less trusting Naruto going forward based on what Kawaki did. But I don't think that when it comes to the Lords and Naruto being Hokage, I don't think that's gonna happen. And one big reason I think Naruto is not gonna step down as Hokage is that this, like the hate this series is going to get if Naruto, this dude who was screaming about Hokage from episode 1, gets put out of his position in Boruto. The hate this series is going to get, bro. It's not gonna be pretty. So I don't think they're gonna do that for the same reason they're not gonna kill Naruto. I think they want Naruto to be in that position to like garner the fans to come and see Naruto operating as the Hokage. So I don't think they're gonna do that. I do think that they're gonna have some arguments, and I do think Shikamaru is gonna side with Naruto on this, right? Because I think a lot of people theorize that Shikamaru was gonna be on Kawaki's side. Shikamaru is more serious, like yeah, Kawaki did the shit, right? Naruto, you're an asshole, or you're soft, or whatever, you're Cory. But at the same time, like in this chapter, Shikamaru didn't really see it that way. Like he is cold, but not to the level that Kawaki's at. I think he more relates to Naruto's situation, and he understands why Naruto was in that kind of position. So I don't think he's gonna escalate Naruto for this situation, but I do think like multiple decisions that Naruto made before we got to this chapter, as it relates to like Kawaki being missing from the village and not tracking him down immediately, like a lot of shits that he could have done differently. But I don't think like they're at the level where Naruto needs to be removed from the office, right? Even though like he did bring Kawaki into the village, we do know that if Naruto didn't do that, we would be in a worse situation, right? We wouldn't be
It,
better off if he didn't trust Amado. Well, not trust him, but like take his advice. So I do think that people will understand that even though Naruto did kind of like um he was kind of too trusting with the villains. I do think that people understand that the results that he got from doing so was for the betterment of the village itself, or for the shinobi world. So I think for that reason he wouldn't be like crucified for what he did. But I do think that we might see a different step, a different change in his character going forward.
I
one
think
thousand. What's that?
no, I was gonna say for like I think we just have a difference of like a threshold for incompetence, and mine is really low. Like I just think this dude. I think we view it from like hindsight, no jutsu, right? We know what the results of his actions were, therefore we're giving him the benefit of the doubt. But if you
Mm-hmm.
remove that, sorry, I got a donation alert that's super loud. Thank you guys for donating.
I
If
can
you
hear it from
put
here.
yourself, oh, can you? I'm
Wait,
sorry, guys.
no, you're
If
fine.
you
It wasn't
guys
that
put
loud.
if you guys put yourself in the actual position of a person in the series in real time without knowing what the results of the actions are, his moves are stupid. Like there's no two ways
Mm-hmm.
about it. I'm not gonna parse words here. Like why would you ever take this kid that you know nothing about, put him in your house next to your daughter and your wife, and literally everyone who came to it doesn't
That
make
was so.
sense, right? Everyone who came
That
to the
was.
village from Delta, Kashin Koji, and Ishiki Otsutsuki came to the heart of the village directly looking for Kawaki. If he had him in the outskirts, they would have gone there and it would have spared the villagers in the hassle. They would not have even needed to evacuate. So like it's just simple stuff like that, and not even I think Shikamaru mentioned it in this chapter in the spoilers, if I remember correctly, him not advising anyone. He just makes decisions and choices all on his own. And to me, this is plenty of evidence to say like this dude's beloved, but this dude's not really good at this. To say nothing of the man having like thousands of clones and he can't even do proper desk work. This doesn't make sense to me. Like this dude is really not suited for this role, despite like just our emotional tether to him fulfilling his dreams and our hindsight no jutsu, which we know the results of his actions to be.
I gotta side with Kitamaki a little bit. I get where Mello is coming from, but the past Hokages, they've done a lot. They've done a lot worse. Like we know what the second Hokage did to the Uchiha clan. Like he literally hated them, essentially wanted to exile them. The third Hokage literally destroyed their whole entire clan, using an Uchiha to do it, plus conspiring with Obito, a person who tried to destroy the Leaf already. Like then you had the what was it? Shout out to the fourth, but then you had Tsunade. She essentially had the person who the Akatsuki were trying to capture fight the Akatsuki multiple times. Like, what was that about? Danzo even tried to stop her, even though at the end of the day, similar to what we're talking about with Naruto, it might have yielded the correct results. But how you get to that result, that matters too. You see what I'm
But
saying?
you noticed that
was,
she actually consulted with her elders, right?
I think they disagreed.
Yelled, yeah, she yelled.
Well, she didn't consult. She didn't consult with them. They kind of like she did it, and then they came at her and said, "What are you doing? Like this doesn't make sense." And she's like, "Okay, I'm still gonna do it anyway."
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that. So I still do believe what Naruto didn't necessarily rise to the point where hey he needs to be exiled. I think he needs to stern talking to with Shikamaru. But I think they're probably gonna have the five Kage summit. I don't necessarily think that Shikamaru is gonna all the way tell them exactly what's going on and try to advocate for Naruto to step down. But I think that Shikamaru and Naruto they're probably gonna be beefing for a couple of weeks. I think that Shikamaru's gonna direct all the outrage to Naruto. But when they're actually in the five Kage summit, he's probably gonna have Naruto's back. I see it like that.
Naruto, you've been simping for the last 3 chapters, bro. Step down.
Nah, he gotta go, bro.
Yeah. What was you gonna ask, free game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, go on, Nikita. I got something.
No, go ahead.
One thing though, the hindsight thing. I think in hindsight, we know what
I love my
we know what
Jamaican
happened. So
brothers
yeah,
in
we can argue
hindsight.
it that way.
Yes.
But yeah, like I think he's still gonna remain the Hokage, and he's still gonna be in good favor with the villagers and the Shinobi world to a larger extent, based on the results that he yielded from the risk he took, right? So I think that's what we have to argue it from. But yeah.
Whoa.
But working backwards though, right? If you work it backwards, we know like the main end game plot is going to be like political and social because the era of the shinobi is over. That's what it ends at. So, you know, not only am I informed by the actual actions that Naruto takes, but I'm actually looking ahead and looking in not hindsight, but in the future and saying, well, we know that this has to have a spark somewhere at some point. And whatever Kawaki does, we know it's based off of the extreme of something happening to Naruto. So I think once you factor everything in, like you were saying, the future situation, Kawaki being triggered by things that happen to Naruto specifically to make him go to extremes, I think something political and social has to happen to Naruto in order for him to even care enough to end the Shinobi era or world as he does in the future. Real quick, shout out to Big001 FBK with the $10 donation. I'll let Free Game read it though.
Cole will snatch Amuro through the claw marks placed on Shikamaru before he leaves. He will slash Shikamaru's neck, leaving him in blood. Shit, I try to read it off. Fucking cool enough. Mess it up. Before he leaves, he will slash Shikamaru's neck, leaving him in a pool of blood on the Hokage office floor. Yo, that's dark, bro. That's why I was trying to read it dark, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
FBK got a new avatar. Got the shades on. This man is going around here calling himself God himself. FBK, first of all, congrats on your big dubs during the Super Bowl. My boy, so happy for you. That's one. Two, thank you so much for all the love and support to
big FBK.
the channels.
Big FBK.
That was so dark though, bro.
Pays us more than YouTube does.
It makes sense though. It makes sense. I can see this playing out. It's possible.
I just want them to make him relevant again before they kill him.
He will be relevant again. He's gonna
No,
get his neck slashed and be placed on the Hokage's office floor, bro. That's relevant for you.
If hypothetically, I didn't mean to cut you off, Big Freak Game.
No, you didn't cut me off.
But
You straight.
No. But hypothetically, if Shikamaru comes up with the plan to defeat Code and then Shikamaru dies, but they end up beating Code, going through with Shikamaru's plan, I think that would probably be a good way to kill him off. But specifically in this, big shout out to FBK, by the way. I think they found a counter though to Code's claws. We've seen Kawaki shrink his claw marks in this chapter. Remind you guys, Code at the end of the chapter said that he already set up preparations. I think we're probably going to get into it a little bit later, but I think the preparations were the claw marks on the outskirts of the Hidden Leaf Village. We thought about this. Amado did say that Code wasn't necessarily the brightest tool in the shed, but Kawaki literally started shrinking a bunch of the claw marks, and even on Shikamaru's neck. So I think that's probably going to save Shikamaru.
I thought
and Code is actually pretty smart.
No, I thought it was alluded to that he just placed a slash mark on Shikamaru, and he's going to, like, Shikamaru's a Trojan horse. Did I read that wrong?
Yeah, no, that's what he's saying, basically.
He did put a slash mark on
Shikamaru.
Oh.
No, he's just alluding to that. It's possible, You could put it like under his shirt or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, what if he changed his shirts? That'd be so trad, bruh. But I guess the shit
if
I guess
against all rules of anime. Like, what are you doing?
like he would come out like the dirty laundry bin. That'd be so trad. Like what's her name? Tamari's panties is on his face and shit as he comes out. I guess that was dumb, but also an L at the same time.
Yo, can we get a thumbnail for this, Mello? You know how you can manipulate thumbnails. Can we get one of those, bro? Like,
this is horrible.
Yo, so like with all that,